So now we're going to look at finding the area of a regular polygon. So it doesn't matter how many sides the polygon has, as long as it's a regular polygon, we can use the same formula. There's actually two ways to do this. Both ways I want you to have in your notes. They're both important, and I want to make sure that both ways make sense to you. So example 3 says, find the area of this regular hexagon, so 6 sides, if the radius of the circle is 10. So what that means, if we look at, we have the hexagon, it's inscribed in a circle. So the radius is going to go from the center out to this circle. So I'm going to go ahead and connect to that. We know that that is 10. I also can connect to another part of the circle. That is also 10, and we happen to be connecting those to two of the vertices of our hexagon. What we are creating is a triangle right here. So on a side note, I'm going to come back to this. Actually, no, I'm not. All right, so because this is a hexagon, this bottom piece of our triangle that we just formed, is also 10. So what that gave us is an equilateral triangle. So the first way to find the area of this is to notice that there are, there are 6 equilateral triangles within a hexagon. So what that means is if I were to connect all of these, do you see how we're drawing? We've got that same triangle 6 times. So if you can find the area of just one of those, you can multiply it by 6 to get the area of the hexagon. What's helpful about that is we know the area of an equilateral triangle. That's equal to s squared over 4 times the square root of 3. And s is our side length, which we know is 10. So if I just plug in a 10, it's going to be 10 squared over 4 times the square root of 3. 10 squared is 100. 100 divided by 4 is 25. I think we just saw an example the other day with that. So 25 square roots of 3. That is the area, that says units. That's the area of one triangle. Now to get the area of the whole thing, we're going to take that and multiply it by 6. So the area that we want, we're going to do 6 times that 25 square roots of 3. Well, when you multiply 6 times 25 square roots of 3, the 6 really only gets multiplied with the 25. So that leaves us with 150 square roots of 3 units squared. So that's our final answer for the area of that polygon, hexagon. All right, so let's show you another way. This other way is going to be more common just because you won't always have those equilateral triangles. So the second way is to use the formula for the area of a polygon. Area equals 1/2 A times P. So if we look at the picture, let's draw in what we know again. We know that the radius of the circle is 10. This is 10 also. And because it's a hexagon, we know that that's 10. If we can find the apothem, we can go ahead and figure out the rest of this problem. So the apothem goes from the center of the circle to the midpoint of one of the sides, and it is going to form a right angle. So what that means is that it just cuts that 10 in half, giving you 5 and 5. So if we look, we've got this nice little triangle, 10, 5, there's our apothem that we need for our formula. So 10 and 5, they do reduce, but it doesn't end up being a triple, so we'll use our Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus 5 squared equals 10 squared. So a squared plus 25 equals 100. Subtract 25 from both sides and you get 75. Square root both sides. A is equal to the square root of 75, but remember we do want to try to reduce these. You can break that down into 25 and 3. And our apothem is equal to 5 square roots of 3. So we're going to use that in the formula. The other thing you need is the p. P is the perimeter. Well, this is a regular polygon. We know that one side is 10, and if you add up 10 going all the way around, because those will all be 10s, we are going to get a perimeter of 60. So going back to our formula, area is equal to 1/2 times our apothem, which is 5 square roots of 3, times our perimeter, which is 60. All right, so now when we multiply this, I would multiply the 1/2 and the 60 first. That's just going to be easier. Half of 60 is 30 times 5 square roots of 3. And now you can multiply the 30 and the 5. 30 times 5 is 150 square roots of 3. And then our unit is units squared. So you're probably thinking one of these seems easier than the other one. The only thing is, depending on the example, you can use one or the other. So you can't always use the one you think is easiest, so we've got to make sure that both of these make sense. And don't worry, we're going to get lots of practice, so if this seemed like a lot, it will get easier.